Now let's talk just a minute about classes. Not CSS classes. JavaScript classes. JavaScript is not truly a class-based object-oriented programming language because it doesn't have that kind of inheritance. It has what's called prototypal inheritance, which we're not going to get into the gruesome details of, but it's different from classes. But in ES6, aka ES2015, they added a class syntax that makes it look and feel slightly more like we might be used to from other languages. And it would be really easy to change app here into a class. And we're going to do that because when we get into React tomorrow, we're going to be using classes a lot, which we're going to do because when we build what's called a component in React, we're often going to inherit from another class for generic React components. So it'd be nice if it weren't the first time we were seeing it. So let's change const to class. And we always capitalize our class names. So class capital A app. And we don't need an equal sign. This isn't assigning a literal to a variable. This is declaring a class. So class app, curly brace. And then the methods of a class, we don't need to put commas after. In fact, we can't. So let's get rid of those commas real quick. A lot of methods. And then instead of calling init, we can just say new, capital A app, to create a new instance. And if you wanted to, we could make a constant lowercase a app to receive that instance. That way, we can still get to that app from the console, which might be nice for troubleshooting. Or you could leave it off and then have no global variables. And then we could call app init just like this. But since it's a class, we have a constructor. And whenever we call new, that constructor gets run. So let's make init into our constructor. However, do we do such a thing? Let's just change the name of it from init to constructor. In some languages, you give the constructor the same name as the class itself. Others, you do this. Others, you call it initialize. It's just constructor. And it can receive arguments just like anything else. So now what we do, when we say new app, we pass the arguments in there. And then init goes away. Very similar, didn't even require much in the way of changes. But it's a newer syntax. So all these methods are methods on instances of app, not on app itself, not on capital A app. I can't call capital A app.load. That doesn't make any sense. They're instance methods. So since lowercase app down here is an instance, I could call lowercase app.load. We don't need to do that. We could just totally leave that out, and it would be fine. So another reason why we use this, we don't know what this instance is going to be called, right? The name of the variable could be anything. You could have more than one instance of app on the same page. But this will always refer to the current object. So let's refresh and see if everything still works. So far, so good. Can I still edit? Yep. Can I still star? Yep. Refresh, does it still work? Yep. Move down? Yep. Move up? Yep. All right, that was easy. So ES6 classes.